and welcome to my channel. My name is Ibiron Cat. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are all doing fine. If this is your first time, thank you for stopping by. I hope you do enjoy. And if you're the homie from a long time, what's up, what's up? Thank you for returning. Okay, actually, let me first apologize. I know I did not do an MTV Shuga review last week. I was living my best life. I think y'all saw that vlog with Adekunle Gold. I was doing that and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I am very sorry, but it is okay. You guys get double portion today. I will be talking about MTV Shuga Naija Season 6 episodes 3 and 4. Before I do begin, I realized that I never even told you where I've been watching this show. My friend texted me asking me where I'm watching it. That's another thing. Stop texting me, asking me questions right on the video. Ask all your questions in the comment section below. Thank you. Let's have this conversation here on YouTube. Okay, but yes, I watch MTV Shuga Naija and all of the MTV Shugas on YouTube, and this season, the episodes come out for those of us in the abroad. It shows on YouTube every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. I believe for those in, I'm not sure if it's in just Nigeria or in Africa. It must be just Nigeria. It shows on Tuesdays, 9 p.m. West African time. Okay, one last side note before I really begin. What's up with this intro music, MTV Shuga? I thought it was just me until I saw other comments about it with this new tin that y'all got going on. Whatever happened to, wow. The ice cream truck is playing, but it actually has to do with what I'm about to say. What happened to it's so sweet like sugar? No, we don't want that. Okay, that's fine. Last week's episode was super duper short. This week's episode was short as well, but I feel like last week I blinked and it was over. You could see a lot of the characters start to develop and start to evolve, but in such a short amount of time. I must say, I don't have an issue with the rate at which the characters are developing. I think it's actually at a good enough speed. We get to see different people start to change. We start to see why certain people behave the way they do behave. Take Ebisinde for example. I still don't fully like him. I still do think that he's trying to satisfy his ego and not so much do things for the right reason. But he's a bit of a conflicted character because you see two sides of him. He's a bit of a hothead for the right reasons. He was fighting one of his fellow students, fellow peers in the school compound because he had written something negative about his sister, Fa. To be honest, I would get upset as well if somebody was coming from my sibling. So I don't fault him for behaving the way he did. I'm sure there were other ways he could have gone about it besides fighting. I don't really do the whole fighting thing, and I don't like physical contact. But hey, like I said, he likes to feed his ego. We also see that he's a sweetheart for the wrong person, of course, because we all know the person I love to hate, Diana, is who he likes. But he still tries to comfort her in her time of need. So it's like, dang, pick a side. Are you a good guy or are you a bad guy? I'm not exactly sure. What I can say is that I think he might be a feminist, and if he's a feminist, then I like him, because what we need in this world is equality, right? Okay. According to his friends, he's always talking about how you should treat a lady, you should this, you should that. So that might draw me to Ebisinde a little bit. Moving on to Fa. Poor Fa has been blacklisted in the dance industry because Mr. Chokehold has a little attitude problem. I mean, you know, you could have asked Fa what was wrong, or if you, I don't know, like, you could have asked her before you blacklisted her. So now Fa is technically out of work, so she has to find other ways to provide for her siblings. But knowing her and her hustling spirit, she's gonna find something. All of a sudden, Layla and Toby are Gucci. Yeah, I don't even want to dwell on their whole relationship because it doesn't make any sense. It's so nonsensical. Layla needs some therapy, and I'm so grateful that she bumped into Weki because that means it is the beginning of new and better things for Layla. Diana of life. Now, okay, look, I knew she was older than the rest of the girls, but I was like, let me close my mouth, let me not seem like I hate her. But this girl looks like she's 3 years their senior. Okay, I might have gassed it, but she definitely looks older than them. So I will say good casting in that regard. Diana is clearly focused on the wrong things. You're failing school, but you're going to party. You're failing school, but you're bullying people. You're failing school, but you're hating on the smart girl. Like, Pick one. Why don't you just become friends with Hadiza so she can tutor you? Why don't you stop being so condescending to Cynthia so she can help you? You know nothing, and rather than for you to get help, you're being a big fat meanie. Moving on to episode 4, which was also short. We see more characters developing. Thankfully, we didn't see Diana in this episode. I think we needed a break from her. I was tired of seeing her face and her bad attitude. She can come back maybe next week or in the next 2 episodes after Ebisende gets arrested for his bad behavior. Look, parents, older siblings, train your child in the way that he or she should go so that when they grow up, they will not depart from it. What is wrong with Ebisende? Why is he listening to his little miscreant of a friend? It actually took me back to episode 1. Remember, I said it. I was like, oh my gosh, are they gonna rob somebody in broad daylight? But they were actually just going to school. When they were like breaking into that car, I got flashbacks of episode 1 when they were throwing their bags over the gates when they were late for school. I'm just like, you need to drop these friends. First off, they don't think the way you think. They make fun of you for thinking you should treat women with respect. Like, they're not any good for you. And that friend of yours, the Yoruba one, I think his name is Wasiu, with the comb in his head, you could tell he's not a good person. Drop him. Drop him. It'll be good for you. My question is, so is Khalil living in the studio? Like, is it that bad for him? I don't understand. I mean, I know that he hasn't yet made his big break, but I didn't know that like he was also homeless. And if Toby knows that he's homeless, then that makes him even more of a terrible person, because you definitely have the means to help this guy out and he's sleeping without covers on a dirty couch in a studio. Yikes. Also, Khalil, if you're watching this, please cut your nails. I think it's pretty gross that they're that long. Can we talk about how Fa gets Sister of the Year award? She is literally the best big sister ever. Rather than keeping her fair to herself or even making it strain her relationship with Tara, which I will give Ebisende the credit for because he is the one that recommended that Fa speak to Tara, she put her in after school activities. She's doing the right thing. It's unfortunate that she has to be sister and mother, but I will say she's doing a great job. I also want to thank MTV Shuga for allowing Fa to have the conversation about the birds and the bees with Tara, because it doesn't happen at all in Nigeria. Sex education is more so left to you reading the Bible or the Holy Quran. Sex education is left to the child to just know that, oh, it's a bad thing. And that's why there are so many teenage pregnancies right now. That's why there are so many STDs, STIs. So I do want to thank MTV Shuga for taking the responsibility to have a conversation in a, I want to say, comfortable setting so that the child doesn't feel like they're being attacked. So now this can reduce the amount of pregnancies, diseases, rape, all that stuff. MTV Shuga, you're doing a great job. And I like the fact that Fa was so transparent with her. She didn't try to make it seem like some conversation that was from an outer body experience or some conversation that was like hypothetical. She made it real for Tara. And that would actually keep Tara on the right track, most likely. And Tara's a good girl anyway, so I'm not actually worried. Let's talk about Mrs. Olotu for a second. That lady is hilarious. Today, her wig, not today, the last episode, I mean, her wig didn't even move at all. I'm like, oh my gosh, sweetheart, you're gonna have to throw this away. Throw it in the garbage. I am happy that we have her for some comic relief. She doesn't miss a thing. When she was making those students kneel in the compound during their lunch break, I was like, lady, let these kids have fun. And how she saw Corporate Yasmin going to the principal's office is beyond me. She literally does not miss a thing. But it's okay because she makes us laugh, and that is the purpose of having her. I would actually liken her to a lot of parents who don't understand their children, for example. It's nice that we have Corporate Yasmin be that bridge between the youth and the older people. It'll help both parties understand each other more. And speaking about Corporate Yasmin, I think it is amazing that they used a young Hausa couple to convey the message that they're trying to convey. Because we know the stereotype that, oh, all Hausa people get married at the age of 12, or oh, all Hausa people just start trying to pop babies out. That's not even just Hausa, actually. The one about popping babies out, that's a very Nigerian or African thing, I would call it. But it's great that they use these two young educated people to let us know that yes, it is possible, and it should be encouraged that children pick their own partners, their own life partners, that they wait until they're ready to have babies. It's mind-blowing. Shall I say it is a revolutionary that they're using them to convey this. Thank God Weki is back. Like, maybe he will put some sense, knock it into Layla's head, because clearly she has lost her mind. But no worries, we have Weki back. I would suggest that Weki wears some looser jeans next time. Like, his butt looked bigger than mine. I'm like, babe, your pants don't have to be that tight. I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that he and Layla are just friends, so maybe he can speak some sense into her head. And of course, we all know that they're not just friends. Layla clearly still likes him, and Weki still clearly likes Layla. So hopefully she leaves Toby, because she's acting like she don't have no sense when she's with Toby. More on wardrobe, actually. Fa's club outfit looked way better this week than it did in, I don't remember what episode it was, if it was 2 or 3. She looked crazy with that. Was it cheetah or leopard print and those purple shorts? No, that should never happen again. But her outfit this week was definitely great. And who knew that my Fa is a multi-talented babe? Not only does she dance, but she sings. Hopefully Khalil can actually get her voice and his beats out into the public without the help of Toby. Okay, well, that is all that I had to say for episodes 3 and 4. If you have anything else that you would like to add, let's continue this conversation down in the comment section below. Let the directors know that we don't want to see Diana for another maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and that we want to see more of Weki, and that we like the outfits now, and that we want Khalil's nails to be cut. Anything else? I think that's it for now. I remain your girl, Ibiro Cat. See you next time. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you, subscribe. Hit that bright red button that says subscribe. Now look, let me tell you something. If it's gray, that means you subscribed already. Please do not click that button again. I need you to stay a part of this family, okay? So only if the button is red shall you click it. Okay? All right. So remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video so that we can keep on growing. All right. Bye now.